morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, know that I appreciate you. It's Tuesday, October 23rd, I believe. And it's dark. Yes, it's dark. It's 6:44 in the a.m. And yes, it is dark, and I apologize, but as you know, or as I have said in the past, some of you may or may not know, this is really the only time I get to record, or I guess because I'm so in the habit of recording in the morning that in the afternoon, there are times when I actually just forget. And yesterday was one of those times. I left work yesterday and went to early vote and totally forgot to record afterwards because I had to put my phone away after I got to a certain point in the line. I did that. Yesterday at work was a pretty good day. And I'm so grateful for that. And I pray that today is an even better day. It got so busy that it went by the morning. Ooh, you can't see me at all. But the morning got so busy that it went by really fast. The phones were ringing like crazy because we had people scheduling, we had people canceling, and then they would schedule and then call back and cancel. Then it would cancel and call back and schedule. So it got a little busy yesterday morning. I got this music playing. I'm sorry. I totally forgot that I had even turned the radio on. Almost got flagged. Well, I did get flagged the other day for copywritten music, so I have to be more conscious of the fact that I have the radio on, whether it's low or not. I have to be very conscious of that. I voted yesterday and came home and did what I had to do. I have been, this last quarter of my life, and this is a question I have for you. What are you doing with this last quarter of this year? October is almost done. I think I've asked this before, but I'm going to ask it again just in case I did not. What are you doing with the last quarter of your life? Not of your life, but of this year. Because you've got to know that the end of the year is nearby, and those things that you may have had on your list of things to do this year may not have moved at all, or may have moved very little, and you only have a few more, or 2 more months to get some of those things accomplished. And I'm not saying that you have to get all of those things accomplished. If you do, that's amazing. Depending on what they are and how intense they are, how detailed they are. If you get those things accomplished, that's amazing. But if you don't beat yourself up. But what are you going to do with the rest of this year? You only have 2.5 months, not really even a half, to get things done. For me, it has been all about gathering information. As I've said, I have books and books and books to read. A list of books that I need to read, plus the books I already have from the library that I have to read. And I've not gotten very far with them, so I need to move it because they did extend my deadline, and I need to take advantage of that extension. So I've got a ton of books to read before the end of the year, but if I don't, it's okay if I don't get them all read before the end of the year, but I do need to get the ones that I have currently read. And that's why I love audiobooks, because I can just listen to them while I work. paper. I absolutely love that, but I don't always have the time to sit and read a book. So that's why audiobooks are so important to me. And I will be starting that subscription back up again. But with the library, they have you have the ability to also listen to audiobooks as well. So I've signed up for that too. It's just so happened that the books that I have are not audio. But I also have signed up for several courses that I need to get started on. And I've brought my planner with me today so I can start mapping out, blocking out time to get those started. I think I signed up for 5 courses, and they can go simultaneously. That's the beauty of them. They can go simultaneously. So I will, if it is indeed 5 courses, I'll do one every day, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends just dedicate that time to study and research. So I got a lot that I have to do before the end of the year, but I'm so excited because that means that my 19 will be an amazing year because I've gathered the information that I needed to move forward. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so absolutely excited. I've got some great things in the works. I had a deadline that I needed to meet yesterday. I met that deadline. I was so serious about it because the deadline was yesterday, but when I initially got the information, and this is the thing that I haven't told you all about yet, well, I haven't given details on yet. It's not that I haven't told you, it's not that I haven't mentioned it, I just haven't given you details yet. But I got the information last Monday, and I was told that my deadline was this past Monday. So Tuesday, I started sending that information in. And then Wednesday, I had to make some corrections. And then Thursday, I think I had some more corrections to make. And then Friday, I asked again, was there anything else they needed? Did I need to correct something else? What was it looking like? And they came back and said, okay, well, we need you to correct this information because it's missing this, and this. And certain things, and I didn't realize this until now because I've never worked with such an agency. Using NA or not applicable is not applicable. It's not okay. So you have to provide an answer. So that's what I had to do. I had to gather up a ton of information Thursday and Friday. And then again on Friday. But Thursday and Friday I had to gather up this information because in several of the spots of the paperwork that I had to complete, I have put in not applicable or unknown because I did not know. I did not have the information, and then they came back and said, well, that's not acceptable. You have to provide some information. So if you've got an email address, you email this person and you get the rest of that information. Or if you've got a telephone number, you call that person and you get the rest of the information. So thankfully, every time I switch phones, which isn't very often, I don't switch phones very often because I hate transferring information. But the beautiful thing is that with the last 2 phone switches I made, the information automatically transferred, so I lost absolutely nothing, and I was able to just go through my contacts and find the information that was needed, which I thought that I had lost. I mean, I didn't realize I still had it, but I'm so grateful that I did. But in 2 cases, I did have to look outside of, my own personal phone. I had to go onto LinkedIn and look up some information. Actually, I had to call one place and try to get some information that I knew. Like for one thing, I had to provide a personal email address. Well, I knew that these people didn't have personal email addresses. I knew that already, but I didn't know how they received other communications outside of the phone. So I had to call and find out, okay, well, I know that they don't have personal email addresses, but they have to have some kind of email address. And And sure enough, they did. They had a general email address that they had to use to get information from their headquarters. So I was able to get that, and so I'm grateful that I was able to reach someone who was kind enough to provide that information to me. Seriously, I swear, some people should not have a driver's license. Just shouldn't. I'm so glad that even though I'm talking to you guys, I'm still very alert as far as the road is concerned, because what this person just did in front of me was ridiculous. But yeah, so I'm so very excited about what's happening with that. I actually looked up the number 9 last night, biblically speaking, so I could see what that meant in the Bible. And I'm grateful for what I found. And I do have to pray about it before I say anything, because it means something very solid, but it can be used. It has a very solid definition, but it also has another definition. And I have to pray, just like any word may have multiple definitions. I have to pray to see which definition applies to me and my circumstances. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for God to download into me which one He wants me to use for my situation. Just as the number 8 means, new beginnings. 5 means grace. Biblically speaking, every number has a definition, and I just want to know what the number 9 means as far as the Bible is concerned, as far as God is concerned. And no, it's not the study of numerology. This is me looking to God to find out what it is that He wants me to do with this information. So yes, I am leaving 2018 with a bang, with research, with information, but I'm going into 2019 with a task, a purpose, a project, an assignment. And I need to know, in addition to what that purpose, project, assignment is, which I am aware of what it is, but I also need to know what that number 9 means for me, what I'm supposed to do with it. So yeah, I'm excited about the answers I get from God on that. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I've talked your ear off the entire time. I don't even know, we're at 13 minutes. It took me 13 minutes to get to work, so I've talked to you for 13 minutes. Today's word of wisdom is not necessarily a word, I don't think, but it is the question: what are you doing with this last quarter of the year? What are you doing? What progress have you made? Take an inventory of the year. What progress have you made? What do you still have to do? And what can you get done within the next 2 months and a week? What can you get done? I know I'm blurry. Hopefully it'll come back. No, that didn't help at all. So I do apologize again for the darkness and the fact that now I'm a little blurry. But yeah, evaluate your year, your January through now. What have you accomplished? What did you intend to accomplish this year? Is it done? And if not, what can you get done in the last 2 months and a week that you have left of this year? This last quarter, what can you do in the last 2 weeks and a month, or 2 months and a week in this year? And work towards getting it done. Work towards getting it done so that when you go into 2019, you've accomplished, if not all of the things that you intended to accomplish with 2018, you've accomplished a good portion of them, so you feel good going into 2018. If you have a list of 5 things and you only got 2 things accomplished, amazing. If you got a list of 5 things and you only got 1 thing accomplished, amazing. But what is it going to take for you to get the next thing accomplished? Work on that. I'm excited because I'm going to be starting, in addition to all of the courses that I've already signed up for, that I can do, because that's, like I said, I believe it's 5. I can do 1 every day. I also have a course coming up in January, a longer course, 16 whole weeks that I have to dedicate time to. I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to look towards that while I take these other courses. And I'm being prepared for that course by taking these other courses, and I'm so excited about that. So yeah, what are you going to do with the last quarter of this year, this last 2 months and a week? What have you already done? What do you still need to do? And what can you get done? A list of 5 things. If you had a list of 5 things and you only got one accomplished, what is it going to take for you to get that second thing accomplished? And it doesn't have to be something big. It could be as simple as you saying, I'm going to save up $50 out of every paycheck. Not necessarily for Christmas because you're buying Christmas gifts, but because you just want to be able to say that you saved up this certain dollar amount by the end of the year. So if you get paid twice a month and you can actually save $50 per month or per paycheck, then do that. If it's 25, then do that. If it's just the fact that you want to save, it's not necessarily a certain dollar amount, but you want to save. You want to have a certain amount. You just want to have some money in your savings account, or a money in an envelope that you put away and you don't touch. If December 31st rolls around and that envelope has at least $50 in it, then great. You saved up $50. Now, what is it going to take you in 2019 to save up more than that $50? And I understand bills are not our friends. I get it. I've got tons of them, especially medical, between my husband and myself. So I understand. Bill is our cousin, basically. He is related to us. He doesn't feel like he has any other family other than us. That's the way it feels. So yeah, I do understand bills. I do understand working minimum wage jobs. I understand working just above minimum wage jobs. I understand working a job that gives you 5 figures and it's in the high 5s. I understand all of those ranges. So I get it. But if your goal is to save up some money by the end of the year, then work on it. Get that done in the next 2 months and a week. So you roll into 2019 encouraged by the fact that you were able to do that. So there you go. Peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.